Director Roland Emerich has 2 versions of the Independence Day sequel script prepared, one with Will Smith in it and one without. It looks like they'll need to use the one without. According to reports, Smith has informed 20th Century Fox he won't be joining the sequel, which is scheduled to hit AMC theaters everywhere on July 1st, 2016. Emmerich previously confirmed that a number of the original film's characters appear in the scripts, including the former president played by Bill Pullman. John, are you okay with the idea of Smith not appearing in Independence Day 2?
I said before that all other things being equal, I would rather have the next Independence Day, and let's put aside the issue of whether we even want another Independence Day. Let's put that aside for a second. That all other things being equal, I would rather have the next Independence Day with Will Smith rather than not. That being said, I honestly don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, Will Smith's, I am the biggest box office star in Hollywood right now. Shine has kind of faded a little bit in recent years. Plus, I had to admit, as big of a fan as I am of Will Smith, I have been a little bit turned off by a lot of the rumors about, you know, a couple years ago we heard that he was demanding, if he was going to do the next Independence Day, to have his kids in it, that he wanted X amount of money for it, whatever. And if that's the reason they're not doing it, then I tip my hat to Fox for not, you know, bowing down to the will of Will Smith. And I was also a little bit kind of turned off by him. Remember that whole thing about Django Unchained? Yeah. When Tarantino revealed that he wanted Will Smith, but Will Smith read the script and didn't like the fact that the other guy was also a co-lead and he wanted to be the star. So that turned me off. I think this is going to be just fine. It's going to be brainless action, whatever. It's going to make the money it's going to make. I think it'll be fine, Jeremy.
I'm honestly, I'm with you on it. Again, do I have to hold back the fact whether or not we wanted it in the same movie? I was fine with the first one. It's one of those movies. It's fun, Emmerich popcorn flick, people blow the smack out of each other kind of movie. As long as there are aliens and things are getting destroyed, I don't think anyone's going to miss Will Smith. And at this point, I get the fact why he's not in it, because he's like you said, he's like, I'm Will Smith. Independence Day was good. I'm springing off a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I want to do something big. He did it. Now that he's Will Smith and he's in blockbusters like After Earth, I get why he's going to be like, I'm going to sit back on this. But honestly, as long as people are dying and things are getting destroyed, no one's going to miss him.
Mark?
Yeah, but if you talk about brainless action, of which I'm an expert, I think that you can't really
That's what your girlfriend says.
Yeah. My girlfriend doesn't exist.
As your lawyer, you need to roll with that.
As soon as she becomes nonfiction, I'll let everybody know. I think that the problem with not having Will Smith in the movie is that you need somebody fun in there. And I worry more about who they're going to try to replace. Who's the guy they're going to bring in that's going to try to be like the new Will Smith? That scares me, because I would love to, if it is going to be Kevin Hart, is it going to be somebody else who maybe just can't pull off what Will Smith did? Because if you like Independence Day, you think it's stupid. He was fantastic in that role. And I do agree with you that I'm happy that Jaden Smith will not be in Independence Day 2. But from Will Smith's side, I don't know that this makes a lot of sense for him, because he's not the box office star he used to be. He could use something like this, a sure, bankable movie that's going to be big.
Oh, Jesse Eisenberg, maybe. Okay.
Yeah, I agree with that as well, too. I think that Will Smith is living in the mid-'90s where he thinks that the star still sells the movie, and it's clearly premise now that does. And like a good alien movie, if you set up the trailer and everything, is going to bring people in. So I think Ellis is absolutely right. You have somebody in there that can replace him, but you have to do it right, and that doesn't always happen with Roland Emmerich movies. So it's scary, but yeah, I think that Will Smith is getting too big for his britches at this point.
Do you guys see that Emmerich movie he did a couple years ago that was really outside of his wheelhouse, that Shakespeare film he did?
Oh, yes, the one
where Shakespeare might have stolen all this
he did actually write his stuff.
Yeah.
That was a real departure for Emmerich. I didn't love the film, but I was impressed that he could do something like that.
Yeah, but I mean, that's like also saying he could go and do a 7-Eleven commercial that's horrendous. You know, it's the fact that he still is he's just not a good director, whatever he does. He should stay in the big disaster movies or stuff like that, because that's where his wheelhouse is, because he's not that great.
That Shakespeare movie was bad casting, too, because he should have cast Shia LaBeouf as Shakespeare.
Oh, man.
He did do
put a bag on his head.
He did The Patriot.
Well, he did do The Patriot,
yeah. Which is also a little bit out of his wheelhouse. All right.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news, and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.